Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd show you this new Imperial light fighter bomber kind of thing. It's the Aurora-ITF, or Imperial Tactical Fighter. Uh, so I got this pretty much done, sort of an info LCD, and a couple texture mishaps I'm seeing. I'll have to fix those up. But other than that, it's pretty much set and ready to go right now. Just talk about the features. So right now, I'm in vanilla, and I'll show you this in Reforged Eden in a second as well. So the vanilla build, basically, you've got 4 Gatling guns, 4 homing rocket launchers, four minigun turrets. So there's 3 on the bottom side and 1 on top. It has a warp core and it has a shield. On the inside here, let me go to the lighting thing. It's not like there's much of an interior, but it does have lights. So the interior kind of looks like this. Basically, you got your pilot seat way up front here, and passenger seats. You got my LCDs are freaking out again. Why does it show well, anyway, 5K storage and 10K. Man, that really annoys me. It depends on how this is parked, on whether these show up at what angle, but it's 10K ammo bay, 5K storage. It's supposed to say that there, but it doesn't feel like it right now. Did before. In fact, in one place when I had it parked, it didn't screw up at all. It all depends how it's parked, I guess, on whether the LCDs show up. It's like this one at this angle shows up, and this one at the same angle doesn't show up, but it's the same thing. So it kind of drives me nuts. I had to modify these LCDs a little bit. It's the same general ones that I use for the CV, but I got rid of the little roundy thing and just changed it so it fits over the stuff a little bit better. Beyond that, it has 4 advanced CPU cores in it, stock. It has a location for a Reforged Eden trauma station. Pentaxa tanks right on the ceiling in the center. Shields over there. O2 is over there. Armor lockers there. Detector. Has Wi-Fi right behind the fridge. Extra cargo box over in the corner over here. And let's see, a warp core is kind of mounted in the wall over there. Main core. So what I did here, I'll go back to light. Not much to see in the dark here. It's got 4 generators installed in it. Now they're all the standard vanilla generators, or the 1x2 generators. But for Reforged Eden's purposes, these you can swap out these 4 if you wanted to for 3 of the advanced generators. You could put an advanced generator in each one of these regular generator slots on both sides. And if you wanted to remove the 2 generators here, you could place a long one that goes in between the space across the floor. Now in Reforged Eden, well, I'll get to that in a second, but it does need you to swap out one of these 4 generators with a advanced Reforged Eden generator. And in vanilla, it probably has 1 more generator than it needs, so it's possible that I cut one entirely and just leave that slot open. So right now, let's see, I do have the shield on. Yeah, I think everything is good to go there. In vanilla, here, let me get the stat screens up. It's very quick. It's very agile. It can turn on a dime. It can hit max speed in all directions. This includes up and down, which it's different in Reforged Eden. I realize that that's not a the numbers I seen last time I was testing the ship on a video. It showed me different numbers, and it was kind of weird. And that'll probably happen again. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Not too much to show here. Total price and things like that. Let's see. So we got a 2-hour and 4-minute build time. It does, because of the launchers and things, and the shield and the warp drive, it does use some Astrium and Zecosium. Unlock level 20. Size class 1.22, has 4 fuel tanks. Gives it about 45 to 60 minute runtime before you need to fill up. I would like to get a little more in there, but I'm really tight for space on this thing. And if you take a look at the numbers down here, it's pretty good, pretty good. It's supposed to be quick. It's a shield-based ship, basically. So hit and run attacks, stuff like that, you don't want to be sitting around tanking things with it. It's not really set up for that. The idea in Reforged Eden would be to potentially investigate like a bomb launchers or a couple bomb launchers on here and things like that. So that is pretty much the ship in vanilla. So let's go to Reforged here a second. And see, that would be right here. So in Reforged Eden, what I did is I, on this version, I slapped in one basic CPU core, 2 improved CPU cores, and a trauma station, and swapped out one of the 1x2 generators with an advanced Reforged Eden only 1x3 generator. So let me just show you where those parts went in here. In the floor, there was a couple grates on the vanilla version here that you can just basically it's one version for both, so there's not going to be 2 versions of this ship. But yeah, I put in 2 improved over here and 1 basic CPU core in this middle slot here, and they are labeled actually, but they were behind those grates. And then I popped in the trauma station over in the corner here, and I swapped out the shield, the standard shield, for a heavy shield. And that puts the CPU at 49,000 out of 53,000. So it works out pretty good. Now, one notable change when you go to Reforged Eden is all the minigun turrets transform into laser turrets. So it's got 4 laser turrets on it. The other weapons are all the same. That didn't fluctuate much. And then I took one of these bays over here and I swapped out the 1x2 generator with a 1x3 advanced small generator. That was the last thing I did. So there wasn't a whole lot of changes made to get this ready for Reforged Eden. It's kind of set up that way. And you can, if you need more power for whatever reason, you could swap out this one, and again you could actually remove these 2 and put in a 1x3 that runs across the bottom over here. That's another option. Other future options too, if you already put in like this, if you wanted to slap in a constructor, it could fit right over here just fine. Or essentially across the floor. If you did want to add in, say, the 5th advanced CPU core, you could remove these couple filler blocks here. There's a solid block row below that where you could slap in, you know, another advanced CPU core, bringing it up to the max Reforged Eden CPU without quantum or auxiliary cores. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me fly it. I guess that's not it. So flying it in Reforged Eden, you probably notice that it doesn't turn as fast as it did in vanilla. It's not bad. And this is a steel-hulled creation. It started out as hardened steel, but I did back off from that. I rather have a little bit more maneuverability for the type of ship that this is, rather than the hardened steel blocks. It didn't make that big of a difference and things like that. But it does fly pretty good. It cannot hit max speed in strafing in Reforged Eden. In fact, it gets to about what you see right now, somewhere between 56 and 58, depending on, I have no idea. It just seems to change every time I try it. 57, 57, if I'm at this angle. Yeah, I guess about 57, 56, whatever. It can go up at 67 and it can go down at 30. So Reforged Eden changes the down stat on these things, where it's like with the thrust, because you know it should be able to go a lot faster than that downward. It's got the thrust for it. It's just there must be some kind of limiter on why it only does 30. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Although I don't mind it, because you don't want to be landing at like full speed. That would seem kind of strange, but that is just one of those weird little details in there that just, you know, you wouldn't know all these little things unless you started doing stuff with the ship and really testing it and try to see the differences. The only again the benefit here of not having the retractable turret is thicker walls in between, like you and or the inside of the ship and the turrets. A little bit more protection there, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. Although I did like the looks of it with the retractables, but these are nice looking turrets, so I don't really have a problem with those. It's just they weren't the model that was selected in vanilla. But that is pretty much all I've got. I plan on releasing this tomorrow. I plan on hopefully getting some good time to work on this station and do an update on Thursday on the Kriel Space Station. Right now, there's a little bit more that was done on the inside, but not enough really to show. So I'll just hold off and wait till I get some more done before I do another preview of that. So anyway, that's all I've got for today. Just wanted to show you this and see what you think. Please let me know any concerns or problems or things like this. One question I had too is, I mean, I hate to do it because it's got like the CPU and everything, but should I just not have it come stock with any weapons and let you pick all the weapons you want on it? 4 launchers and 4 turrets, basically. It's complete overkill with the CPU that it would come stock with in that circumstance, but I don't know. I was just trying to pick some good all-around turrets, but in like Reforged Eden, I would probably be wanting to put on some bomb launchers, maybe where these Gatling guns are. I purposely put the 2 rocket launchers spaced out a little bit further out from the hull. That's why I got the other Gatling gun here. Just so they have a little bit more firing range. If you're strafing around and shooting rockets, last thing I'd want, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I have heard that, you know, if you're strafing and you fire a rocket, since they might go straight and you're strafing like inward this way, that your own rocket could hit your own ship. I wouldn't think that, I can't say I've ever seen that happen, but I heard that that could be a possibility, and that's purely why I shifted these out a little bit further. So it's got like an extra block roll there. Yeah, sorry sorry I didn't get more work done on that. This thing took way longer than I thought. This messing around with this really small 3-height interior has been incredibly challenging, especially with the amount of cargo that's in here too. Or 15K. Hey, look, the LCD shows up fine now. It's amazing how that works. Oh, but this one fades away at this angle, but that one doesn't. I have no idea. It's one of those things that I just I can't find a solution for. No matter what, they just screw up at different angles. There's something wrong with the coding and how these things project. Also, the whole thing where the LCD text disappears after a little bit of range too is kind of a ongoing problem. Has been a problem for, I don't know, 6 months now. So I don't know why it hasn't been looked at. I can see exactly what happens too is with the culling distance or trying to like improve frame rate, the actual LCDs like these projectors disappear at a pretty close range, and when these disappear, it removes all regular text from a LCD, but it leaves all the graphics. Just the text goes away. Why that is, I don't know. Something there's a bug there somewhere. I can see removing these at a distance, you know, so it doesn't have to draw that out, but it shouldn't also just remove the text from LCDs or affect the LCD at all when it does that, but it does. So maybe someday that could get looked at. That would be kind of neat. It would cause things not to, I don't know, feel like there's a bug. All right, well, anyway, you all have yourself a good day, and again, I'll show you an update on the Kriel Space Station Thursday. Hopefully I'll get some more work done on that. It's been a little bit busier of a weekend for me for sure, so I didn't get as much time as I would have liked to working on this stuff. Anyway, you all have yourself a good day. I'll talk to you later.